Welcome to today's session of Questions and Answers with Pastor Anthony, where your questions will be answered by what is written in the Word of God.
Welcome again to another session where we'll be able to answer your question. And today we do have a question from a viewer that is asking, what's the purpose of dreams? Does God always reveal through dreams to redeem? What if you can't fully understand the dream? And therefore, this has a lot of questions in there, but I'll answer them all at once. And I'll begin by saying dreams can be from God and not from God. We see that if they are from God, there are other things that the dreams will be able to do in our lives. One of the things that the dreams will do, it is if it is from God, then it will either warn you as an individual or can also warn you from not doing something. This one we see in regards to Abimelech in the book of Genesis and chapter 20, when Abraham went to Egypt when there was famine, and when he went in, he said that Sarah was his sister. And Abimelech was about to take Sarah as one of his wives, but God appeared to him through a dream and warned him that don't you ever touch Sarah because she is Abraham's wife. So here we see a dream from God warned him from doing something. The dream can also convey what will happen either in the near future or at the current moment. Here we see, for example, Joseph, who had a dream, not actually Joseph, but actually Pharaoh, who had a dream, and they had to call Joseph to come and give interpretation to the dream. So the dream was actually indicating something that will happen in the future. God is the one who gave Pharaoh that dream. And Joseph had to interpret it from God and say, this is what the dream meant. And therefore, we see that as a second thing that the dream can do for you. Another thing is, the dream can also convey a spiritual truth. This one we see from Genesis chapter 28. And that is when Jacob was running from his brother going over to Laban, and he had to sleep, putting a stone on his head. And therefore, he had a dream that there was a ladder from heaven, and angels ascending and descending on that particular place. So that was conveying a spiritual place that God had got an opportunity to be able to have an encounter with men when men are able to follow him. They can also confirm a promise that has already been given. And also in the same chapter, Jacob had a dream and God talked to him in that dream, fulfilling that, you know what, whatever I had promised your father will also come to pass. They can also offer an encouragement of protection. Like Jacob again was told through a dream that God will protect him from any harm that can come from him. Dreams can also inform someone or a group of people to do something. Here we see in Matthew chapter 1 when Joseph was thinking of putting Mary away because Mary was pregnant. God gave him a dream, and in that dream God told him, do not put Mary away. So here again we're seeing that dream is informing him of what not to do. That do not put Mary away because she is mine, and that pregnancy she has is from God. Then we also see in the next chapter, chapter 2, where the wise men, they had a dream, and that dream they were being told, don't go back to Herod after finding Jesus, because his motive is to kill the children. And therefore, the dreams can, if they are from God, convey all those things that I've given to you. But also remember that dreams can also be not from God. Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verses 3 tells us a busy schedule during the day can produce a dream at night. You can be so much consumed during your day with being busy that at night you begin to dream of how busy you are. That is not from God. They can also arise out of vanity and lust, and that is shown in Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verses 7. Out of your lust, you lust out of something so much that you dream about it. And then Isaiah 29 and verses 8, they convey information and also portray events that do not reflect the truth, but rather represent our own vivid imaginations. You can be so much imagining things to the effect that you go about dreaming about them. They are not from God, but it is because of your just thoughts and imagination. This is what I would like to be able to let you know. If the dreams are from God, then only God can reveal them to you for you to understand what they are. We saw this with Joseph when he was helping Pharaoh understand the dream that God had given Pharaoh. And we also see this with Nebuchadnezzar when Daniel was interpreting the dream that it was from God. So if you ever have a dream and it is from God, God is the only one who can be able to reveal it to you. If it doesn't make sense to you at all, probably it's not from God. Leave it alone. If this helps answer your question, please submit another one in the email that is provided beneath your screen, and we'll be more than glad to help answer them again. Otherwise, stay blessed.
Thanks for joining us today, and stay blessed.